before this video starts. I know the video is 10 minutes long, but please try to watch through the entire thing because I cover a lot of ground on the Vyond topic, and stay tuned to find out how the community could be saved. Hello guys. Sorry for using text to speech, but I wanted to try to get this video out as quickly as I could, and my microphone is having some issues right now. But as you most likely saw in the title, yes, Animate/Vyond is dying, and there is nothing you or I can do about it. Before I get into some of the reasons it is dying, I just want to tell you all that I'm also going to be stepping away from the Animate community. I'm quitting because of the same reasons everyone else quit, which will be explained next. When I started making Animate videos on this channel, I never expected to get as big as I did, but when I got big, I felt like I needed to post more and more to keep my fans entertained. Eventually, Animate became more of a chore for me than something I used to enjoy. That's why I have been moving on to commentaries. What I think I'm going to do is make commentaries on the Animate community to try to help them understand most of the stuff going on, but there is a good chance I may never use Animate or Vyond ever again. Now let's get on to some of the reasons why Animate is going to die. When I say that everyone is quitting, I don't just mean the normal users of Animate. I mean some of the bigger YouTubers. Some of those would include Cherry Blossom, KLL Reloaded, Rare Yellow Woot B, and myself after this video. Now for the most part, they are quitting for the same reasons I am. They just want to move on from Animate. Some of these people have been doing it for years, and it's about time for them to retire. Some of them are also quitting because of how toxic this community is, which I will get into later. Now this is a problem for the Vyond community, because if there ends up being no YouTubers left to post videos, then new Vyond content will not be coming to YouTube, and if people stop making Vyond videos, then nobody will watch them or make them anymore. Yes, you read that correctly. Currently on the Vyond website, only 3 themes are available, and they are all very boring, and do not fit with the type of content that Vyonders make. So what most of them did was make clone websites out of Animate to get all of the themes back. The only problem with that is that it's illegal. They are using an unlicensed product of Vyond's, and are posting it on YouTube, and some of them are making money off of it. Now even if you still want to make Vyond videos, that might not even matter, because some of those clone websites are very hard to access, because people are not sharing them publicly. If they did, then Vyond would take down the website or websites. You might be thinking, what does this have to do with the Vyond community dying? Well, the people in the community only really like the cartoon themes, which are not accessible, and if the people who keep making the clone websites quit, then all of the cartoony themes would be lost, and most people would most likely lose interest in the community. As most of you probably know, the Vyond community is very toxic in so many different ways. One way that the Vyond community is very toxic is the character fanboys. Now notice how I didn't say KLL fanboys. I said that because in reality, there is a fanboy and fangirl for every character that gets grounded. Now I get that you can like a character in all, but some of these people go into our comments sections and give us death threats and go on alt accounts to try to dislike bomb our videos, which is just plain ridiculous. I just don't understand why people would go through so much trouble just because we made a grounded video out of a certain character. I just don't understand the logic of some of these nasty people. Another reason why this community is so toxic is because nobody gets along. When you have a different opinion than someone else, they will almost always attack you because of it, and this almost always ends up with a big battle going on over legit nothing. The community also has people who will use their fan bases as an army. Yes, people actually do that. This goes along with the disagreements over a small little thing section, because there are people who will send their whole fan base to attack you, just because they think different than you do. In my opinion, That is just not right, and it makes the community worse. The final reason this community is toxic is because they don't know how to solve issues with each other. What some of them do is give people false copyright strikes to take down someone's channel just because the person was doing something not even that bad. Now I don't care what the person did to deserve it. No one deserves their channel to be taken down because of someone who dislikes them. Nobody ever listens in this community. No matter what the situation is, the community for the most part never listens and will always continue on what they are doing. Some examples of this would include fanboys and fangirls, people trying to revive the legacy video maker and the old themes, and certain users in the community who do bad things. Since none of them listen to anything, the issues they cause only get bigger and bigger, and all that ever does is make the community a less enjoyable place for everyone. Another reason the community really sucks is because all of this stuff is only found when you go deep into the community. On the outside, the community is just a bunch of harmless grounded videos, but behind the scenes, the community is very toxic and there is always someone trying to do something bad, from doxing, to attacking users, to just being plain greedy. The community always has some sort of enemy, which is not healthy. Some of the people who always try to cause trouble in the community are groups such as the UTTP and AUTTP. The UTTP always tries to troll vulnerable people in the Vyond community by making fun of them or just making weird videos on them. I have been researching some of these little battles between the UTTP and AUTTP lately, and I have to say I'm not impressed. It is just constant bicker and the same comebacks almost every single time. As you can see already, there are many reasons why the community is dying, and I'm not even done going through them yet. The Vyond community is the most unoriginal community of all time. The reason I say this is because the only videos that do good on Vyond are pointless grounded videos, and the only grounded videos that actually do well are the generic ones. Just look at my most popular videos. They have the most overused plots in the whole community. It's really sad that this community is unoriginal, because I know people who put lots of work into their videos and get nothing. Meanwhile, people like me and other Vyonders get millions of views and thousands of subs for posting videos that only took us 30 minutes to an hour to make. Yes, Vyond as a company has proved from time and time again that they do not care about what we want, and they do not listen to us at all. I mean, look at the CEO of Vyond's Twitter background picture. It is literally a picture of an elephant stomping on kids. If that is not a sign that Vyond hates kids, then I don't know what is. Since Vyond never listens to us, the website only gets harder and harder to use for us content creators, and eventually Vyond will lose all interest from its horrible community. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would Vyond want to scare off its own business? To be honest, I don't know. All I know is that they are trying to market to businesses instead of kids. In my opinion, I think they should just market to everyone so they could make more money, but for some reason, that is not the case. As you all may know, the Vyond community is really weird. I'm going to send a few examples of how weird the community is. The worst part about all of this is that there are hundreds of more videos just like these, and I don't know about you, but that stuff freaks me out. Now the final thing I have to say before this video ends is there is a way the community may live. Yes, I know. As bad as the community is, there is a way. If Vyond ends up adding a new theme that is cartoony, I have a feeling that people will start to use that theme, and that will become the big new thing. The problem with that is that Vyond would most likely never add something like that. But thank you for watching my video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join my Discord. Goodbye.